What stands out for me is meeting the other soldiers from other countries.
Right.
And it's amazing to know that you're doing a service for Canada by being overseas.
Right.
And dealing with the other soldiers and stuff like that from different countries, the Canadians was more, how could I say, people wanted the Canadians wanted to want the other guys.
Right.
For us to be around them. And it made me feel very happy about that. I went to the recruiting center to sign up, right? And I did the test. So I'm sitting there waiting to hear if I pass or I fail. And the sergeant come up and say, I have bad news to you. I said, oh my God, I failed. He said, no, you didn't fail. He said, I wanted to go in the Navy. He said, they're not accepting people. And the Army's not accepting. I said, so what the hell am I going to do? And the tears start coming. He said, don't worry, I'm going to get you in. He come back and go, the 40th Highlanders is hiring. I said, well, send me there. I said, who the hell is them? He says, a Scottish regiment. I said, wow, I always wanted a kilt. Because in Guyana, we had 2 Scottish regiments, the Black Watch and the Argyles. My dad worked with the Black Watch.
Okay.
So I used to watch those guys swinging and waving with their kilts. I want a kilt.
Did you get your kilt?
I was excited to get into the 48. Well, NATO aside when it's Germany, we do a lot of work with other armies doing NATO training, you know, like how to fight against the Russians. We learn a lot about the Russian equipment and stuff like that because I was a weapons expert. So I had to learn about the Russian weapons and the other countries' weapons that is non-NATO. It was very exciting. I was very excited about training, going to the camps and staying overnight and climbing mountains and doing all those things. The training is what excited me.
Can you tell me about how you got into the NATO assignment and how you became an infantryman?
Well, basically the infantry person is what we call the foot soldiers. If there's a conflict of any way, we're the ones that do the fighting. So as an infantry person, you learn everything to do with being in the bush and shooting and that kind of stuff. That's the infantry person.
And you were called a pretty good shot. What does that mean?
The reason, well, I was a pretty good shot because of my grandfather. Again, he being a military man, he bought a gun for me, a baby gun.
How old were you?
I was about 4, 5, 6 years. So everything I shoot, I hit. I never miss a thing. So when I joined the Canadian Forces, we went to the Rangers at Moss Park Armories, and they said, you ever shoot before? So I said, no. The guy said, you ever see a gun before? I said, no. So they introduced me to the FN. He said, well, this is your weapon. You got to remember this for the rest of your military career, blah, 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 right? We go on the range, and they gave us 5 rounds. 1 round to warm the weapon, and the target, you got to put 4 shots in the target, right? So I got to the prone position, and he says, this relay fire. Boom, first round, bullseye. That is the warming round. All 4 rounds hit the bullseye. The guy said, how the hell you never shoot before? I said, well, I never shoot this gun before. So that's how I got into marksmanship.
And Ozzie, while you were in NATO, you also became a peacekeeper. Can you tell us about that, please?
Yeah, that was very unique because how that worked was they would pick a group or a platoon or something, and the governments of the different countries would ask us to go certain places. So where we go is like more or less the hot spots. And when the people see the Canadians, more or less, it's nice because we take things for them. Sometimes we have to help them with fixing some machine, setting up water wells and that kind of stuff. So it's very unique to be a part of that because it's nothing to do with fighting, it's helping.
It's all about helping and very welcome.
And the people love the Canadians. Everywhere we go, they want the Canadians to be there. So with the peacekeeping thing, again, you go to a place that is very troublesome, but when they see the Canadians and what we do for them, like you fix the road, you fix a bridge, and they're happy about it. I think it's important for everybody in Canada and around the world to have a memory of Remembrance Day because of what we did. If we didn't go out and commit our lives towards protecting something, we wouldn't be here, or the world would be in a different place. So it's good to remember what we did, and that's very important for me.